Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn this pop-up animation in Blender 3D. I am using Blender 4.2. We need animation that goes up and goes down and bounce a little bit. So now let's start. We have to make our product first. I am using this serum bottle. First select our product. Then at frame 20 add a location, rotation and scale keyframe. Then at frame 7 move it along Z-axis by pressing GZ. And a little bit along X-axis by pressing GX on your keyboard. Rotate it a little bit and add location, rotation and scale keyframe. Now at frame 10 move along X-axis by pressing GX on your keyboard. And rotate it a little bit along X-axis. Then add location, rotation and scale keyframe. Now at frame 7 rotate it at Y-axis by pressing or Y on your keyboard. And add location, rotation and scale keyframe. At frame 19 we have to rotate it a little bit and add location, rotation and scale keyframe to it. Repeat this process at frame 21 to create a little bounce to our bottle when it falls. Now copy the keyframe at frame 20 by pressing Shift-E on your keyboard and move it to frame 22. Look, we have our animation. Let's move to frame 6 and add another location, rotation and scale keyframe. At frame 5 scale our bottle to 0 by pressing S0 on our keyboard. And add location, rotation and scale keyframe. Copy this keyframe by pressing Shift-E on our keyboard and move it to frame 1. At frame 10 rotate it a little bit along Y-axis and add keyframe to it. Now at frame 10 change keyframe type to breakdown by right-clicking on your mouse. Now add an empty by pressing Shift-A and move it a little bit. Parent this empty to our product by pressing Ctrl-P on your keyboard. Then select Object Keep Transform. After that, add a cube to our scene and duplicate our bottle. I duplicate this bottle about 5 to 6 times. Now they all move in same time. What we have to do now, we have to offset these keyframe one by one. Now select all of those 5 products and we need to select all of these keyframe. And move this blue one from 10 frame to 15 frame. Now we're gonna deselect this one, move this blue keyframe from 15 frame to 20 frame. Now repeat this process. Add an empty sphere to our scene and move it along X-axis by pressing GX on our keyboard. Now parent all of these to our empty sphere. Now add location, rotation, and scale keyframe at frame 40. Then move it along X-axis and insert location, rotation keyframe at frame 1. Look, now we have our pop-up animation in Blender 4.2. Now we will change the shade of each bottle. To that, under Properties, go to View Layers and select Denoising Data and Normals. Then go to Compositor and select Use Nodes. After that, add Denoiser by pressing Shift-A. Link Noisy Image to Image, Denoising Normal to Normal, and Denoising Albedo to Albedo. After that, select your folder and render your animation. I have rendered this animation at 1920 by 1920 frame with 300 sample in cycles.